Things are absolutely out of control right now, and the heat keeps rising with every passing moment. At this stage, it truly feels like everybody has chosen their corner, and the chaos has officially moved to a whole new level. I expected some pushback, but I never thought this many people would have such strong feelings about Jay-Z and his ties to Charlamagne. Now it looks like everybody is coming out of the shadows, including voices that stayed quiet for a very long time. Even old enemies are climbing aboard, clearly ready to handle unfinished business while all eyes are watching. And trust me, this is exactly where things become truly fascinating. Funkmaster Flex, the iconic New York radio personality, has officially stepped into the ring. If you followed this story earlier, then you already know Flex has never really rocked with Charlamagne. His beef with Jay-Z is no secret to anyone either. Last weekend, Flex basically announced that his moment to talk had finally arrived, promising to drag information back into the open that, according to him, everybody already knew about. He even brought up the screenshot that DJ Academix had previously shared, suggesting Charlamagne's name showed up under Roc Nation during casino deal conversations. Flex then told his audience to lock in Monday at 7:00 p.m. on Hot 97, boldly claiming he was about to shake the entire city with what he planned to reveal. And when the broadcast finally went live that evening, he jumped straight into addressing the bond between Charlamagne and Jay-Z. Here is exactly what happened after that.
Charlamagne, man, you know, that boy put his time in this city. Grinded very hard. He's also put on a lot of people. Changed the morning show landscape, because we're always just talking about people when we want to tear them down and we want to rip them down. We got to really sometimes just give it the way it is. You know.
The truth.
Yes. That, you know, what he has built for himself and for other people is amazing. Shout out to Wendy Williams. You know, he came out of that camp. He figured it out. He got fired. He went out of town. He came back. You know, sometimes we got to give our people our accolades. And once again, let's be clear, it's later on in his career that we're looking at this right now. So I'm talking about some people who have put in a lot of good work and positive work and you know, but now we got to say he, you know, C the God was in there when Jay was saying, we're past kneeling. You know, Jay-Z knew why the NFL was reaching out to him. All of us, I got shunned. I was called every name in the book for talking about Jay-Z with that particular situation.
Yep.
My bosses at the time and different people, hey, Jay called over and said, just give him a chance. I think he said 6 months. I always knew in 6 months that that's not going to resonate the same way if it's a mistake. And whatever it was, you know, Jay-Z, like I said, 9 out of the 10 things I love about you, bro. The Colin Kaepernick thing was a real slice below the belt. And that wasn't for your people. And you try to make people believe it was for your people. And that's why you're getting the target flack, Jay. That's why you're getting the target flack, because you and your team have always tried to camouflage that you're helping with that situation, because you have helped. Listen, Meek, prison reform, you know, countless people he's put on, countless artists they have put through that Roc Nation system to sell records, show them the system. Once again, 9 out of 10 things I like about him. But, and I'll be honest, if you want to chop Colin Kaepernick off at the knees, just say it, man. That's why this thing is real questionable it's not questionable anymore, Jay. It's not questionable anymore, to be honest. It's like you cut his knees off because some way or how the NFL spoke to you or you made your way to them and you knew whatever bag that you were taking was going to neutralize Colin. You knew that. You're smarter than that. But it's okay if you want to take it. Take it, my brother. Take it, but wear it, man. That's all, because that's why this all gets weird. If you're saying something about him, he gets upset. His team gets upset because we see through the jokes. And listen, it's a good jokes, bro. I ain't knocking your jokes. I'm just saying it came at the expense of Colin Kaepernick, and we saw you.
Facts.
You made, not you and your team, made personal calls to air personalities to make sure how they spun it. So he was with Colin in the beginning, but when you smelt the bag, and I hate to say this, my brother, but this is how it works. You was with Colin, wearing the jersey with him, phone calling him and everything. Y'all was communicating. And you either got a call, a whiff, that the NFL wants to talk to you. Somewhere in there, you made a decision. Jukes. But it's okay. Brooklyn. I understand it. You a hustler. I understand you, bro. But I keep it a buck, man. Most Brooklyn and hustlers, they just say what it is, man. I'm going to get that money. That's what the part you're not saying, Jay-Z. I'm going to get that money. Once again, I like 9 out of the 10 things that Jay-Z does. This one is it's just a subject matter that's been coming up, and we talking about it. Now, we're not going to fast forward. We're going to keep moving. Then we get Leonard in there. Leonard, what's his name?
McKeevy?
No, cool. Don't diss him. Let's see the guard.
Yeah.
He's at this press conference. And to be honest, once again, your accomplishments are great, my brother. But see the guard, you made your name off the street, and everybody that believes in you on that World Star World, online, the grime, everybody from the street. That's where you made your name. So then when you get up into some press conference in the NFL and you start stuttering, looking stupid, that ain't an act. Because now that we learn after academics has exposed you that this is a prior partnership that y'all did. And the problem is with the both of y'all is you're duping the public. That's the part in here. So you thought it was okay for Jay to say we're past kneeling and everything else. You sat there, you didn't say nothing. You could tell people behind the scenes what you said got edited out. We don't believe you. It's cool. And to be honest, his name's Charlamagne, I'm gonna tell you why you did that. And I'm going to turn the music down. I'm going to tell you why a lot of people don't understand why you did that. I'm going to tell you why. You stood outside of New York, in North Carolina, your whole life. I think you did a little time in Philly. And you look down at this city, and you were amazed by it. You want to come here. And you wanted to skip the line. And you thought, let me get next to Jay-Z. I mean, you rode his corn knob every chance you got, bro. Every chance you got. You rode his pepper, and you got his mayonnaise all over your face. Every chance you got. You know why? Because you was looking for validation from a New York cat. You wanted validation. And what you did not realize, Charlamagne, is that boy Jay-Z right there, you ain't smarter than him. He's hustler from Brooklyn. You ain't never gonna outsmart him.
Ever.
And I know, Charlamagne, you was at your dinner table. Jay-Z really likes me. He likes my opinion. You was wearing that dirty Rock Nation hat I don't know how many days in a row. I thought it was a uniform. I'm just keeping it a buck with you. I'm not taking away from your accomplishments and what you do for people. But I'm saying you were a groupie with that Jay-Z. And you know something? We're going to keep it a buck today. Us from New York, see, you thought us falling back on Jay, you could just jump in and put his knob all over your nose, right? And put his eggnog all...
Right after that, Taxstone clapped back at Flex without holding a single thing back. He took a shot at Funkmaster Flex, accusing him of spending years using his radio platform to kiss up to powerful names instead of being honest. Once those comments began spreading around, more people quickly jumped into the argument. One person said it felt strange how so many critics seemed dead set on targeting Jay-Z no matter the situation. Another pointed out that Flex was simply hunting for attention because it happened to be Hav Week across New York City. Somebody else added that people fueled by jealousy usually latch onto one thing they hate and let it consume their whole identity. They also laughed at Flex's bold claim that recycling years-old information would somehow freeze the entire city in its tracks, calling that level of dedication pretty unbelievable. Others felt his real bitterness came from watching someone use that connection alongside years of grinding to grow way beyond radio, while Flex stayed mostly known for dropping bomb sound effects and celebrity headlines. Another commenter challenged his supporters to name anything Major Flex had built outside of radio before calling him out for being driven purely by resentment and jealousy. And honestly, this feels like only the beginning because the fire is spreading fast. It would not shock me if even more longtime critics of Jay-Z and Charlamagne decide to surface and throw their voices into the mix. Now I want to know what you think. Does Flex actually have a solid point, or is he simply chasing clout by dragging old stories back into the conversation?